2020 chic photo illustration. Vulture and Hulu, Yakko's World. Wakko's America. And, of course, that earworm of a main theme. When Animaniacs first burst out from the Warner Brothers movie lot Water Tower and onto television screens in 1993, there was plenty to make it stand out among the cartoons of its day. The classic gags, so reminiscent of Looney Tunes. The pop culture references, skewering everything from Slick Willy's scandals to Martin Scorsese films. The occasionally shocking innuendos. But the show's most memorable showstoppers were its beloved musical numbers. That's exactly why the premiere of the show's 2020 revival, which hits Hulu today, debuts a particularly ambitious tune in its very first segment, a song that sums up the 22 years since Animaniacs went off air in a tight 2 minutes. Here's a clip. We needed to address the last 22 years. We couldn't just start with the Warners suddenly being aware of TikTok, says Wellesley Wild, the revival's showrunner and executive producer. After throwing around a few ideas, we realized that the most efficient and fun way to do that was through a song. The result is, Catch Up Song, a Yakko Warner number. It has a vintage Animaniacs feel to it, and a whole lot of work went into making it feel that way. Wild and Gabe Swar, a co-executive producer on the series who oversaw the show's animation process, estimate that, when all was said and done, it took a team of well over 100 people roughly 240 hours total to produce just this 2 minutes of the show. We have a sound designer, a sound effects person, 4 or so people who touch up sound at the end. We have all the musicians, and we have the composers, and then we have the animation team, Swar says over the phone as he and Wild spend a solid 2 minutes just trying to remember everyone who made Catch Up Song, what it is. 8 members of that enormous team, including Wild and Swar, spoke with Vulture about how they summed up a little less than a quarter century in roughly 2 minutes, and how, exactly, to make an Animaniacs song in 2020. We were 8 years old when we were watching Animaniacs, and we were huge fans, the Australian screenwriter Lucas Crandall says, speaking for himself and writing partner Timothy Nash. And the thing that stuck with us all the way through, and when it came to auditioning for the job as well, was that this show's music is central. Indeed, pretty much everyone who worked on the show's original run has sung the praises of its principal songwriter, Randy Rogel, who returned to work on the revival as well. It's kind of intimidating, following in the footsteps of writers like Randy, who wrote some of the best songs in animation ever, Nash says. But we've gotten to work alongside people like Randy now, and they're all so approachable and wonderful and share their knowledge so freely.